go. Before we dive into the beer specifically, we should talk about Oktoberfest. We should talk about what Oktoberfest is. It started in 1810 as a wedding celebration. The Crown Prince of Bavaria gets married, and all of the people in the city decide to celebrate with them. They do it with a big Volksfest, a festival for the people. That celebration ends up lasting more than 2 weeks. From there, people had so much fun, they continued it the next year, and the next year, and the next year, and it hasn't stopped other than COVID and world wars. But it gets bigger and bigger every single year, grows from just a small festival that ends in a horse race to a massive festival that features beer booths and food and all rides and all kinds of fun stuff. That's Germany and their Oktoberfest. If you guys know me, you know that I like Cincinnati, and I think we do it really good too. We do it so good, in fact, that I feel just as confident showcasing Oktoberfest in Cincinnati the right way. This is Germania. I love the celebration, I love the people all getting together, I love the food, I love the weather, I love the atmosphere, I love all of that, but it's about the beer, right? I love the beer, and that can get a little confusing. There are two very distinct sides to Oktoberfest beer, and then lots of in-between pieces. So that's what we're gonna dive into here. We should probably start where you're most familiar with. Here in Cincinnati, you're probably most familiar with a Marzen. Most of the craft breweries, when you hear them say, we're making an Oktoberfest beer, it's a Marzen. And Polliner, luckily here, has a Marzen. They're brown, it has a big, thick, light tan head on it. They're bready, they're bold is the best way to describe it. They're big and they're heavy and they're like a pretzel in a glass, like a big giant pretzel, liquefied, shoved in a glass. That's what a Marzen is, and that's what we typically think of as Oktoberfest. If you go out and you buy Sam Adams Oktoberfest, this is what you're drinking. If you are more locally focused, so Oktober Fuel, things like that, Marzens. It's my go-to style as far as Oktoberfest goes. I think that they are tastier. That brings us into the next side, Festbier. Luckily, I've got one right here. Festbier is a little bit lighter, a little bit crisper, a little bit more hops, not hops in the sense of American hops, so it's not going to be tropical and fruity and that kind of crap. It's earthy, but it's still bready and still pretzel-y in the way that it should be. It's good. This is probably the more popular.